Hello there everybody, this is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer. And as always, calling you from my little Thai village way up near the Cambodian border, where it's stinking hot, stinking wet, and we've just got the power back on. We've had a shocker of a day. My topic for tonight, and maybe for you in the morning, wherever you are in the world, my topic is 8 things that may scare you about your business. 8 things that may scare you about your business. And I'm just hoping that people can see me. Isan, you've joined me. Many blessings. I'm glad someone's here. Thank you very much, because I wasn't sure. We've had no power or no internet connections and goodness knows what. So thank you, Isan. Thank you very much. So 8 things. Hi, Isan. 8 things that may scare you about your business, all right? The first one is maybe you're scared of getting started. Okay. Lynette, thank you for joining. Good to see Malaysia here as well. Malaysia and Turkey. Good. Love you girls. Okay. Scared of getting started. That could be a fear you have, right? An actual scared of getting started. Maybe you've got anxieties about your ability and your confidence to market what you've got and all these sort of things, right? Now, Bill, thank you for joining. Really good to see you, mate. Thank you very much. Lebanon's in the house, okay? So if you've got anxieties and fears about your ability and confidence to market your order, market your offer, that is a real issue in terms of being scared. That could stop you dead in your tracks from getting started. There's no doubt about that. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is this: should you really be in business online? Okay? Because if you can't even get to the starting point, then perhaps there's something really lacking in you. Not your business offer. Maybe it's your why. Maybe it's the way you want to go about it. Maybe it's previous experiences you've had. Okay, but think carefully about that. Barbara Moss, thank you for joining me. Good to see you. The second thing that may scare you about your business is scared of asking for help. Now, I don't mean that you're arrogant and you don't need any help, but for many folks, me included, right? For many folks, it was difficult to ask for help because I think I can do this. I don't need help. I can do this. And be quite frank, if I was brutally honest with you, the reason why it took me a long time to ask for help is because I didn't want anyone to know I was struggling. I didn't want them to know. It was my ego, right? Now that's maybe you too. I mean, if you know me at all, what you see is what you get, right? So I'm sharing with you warts and all. Kath Cochran, thank you for joining. I hope you get some value from this. So if you're scared of asking for help because you don't want people to know you're struggling, well, excuse me, well, the only one you're fooling is yourself, right? Another one, I'm scared I don't know enough about marketing. Fine. That's pretty common, right? I would suggest you do 2 things. One, research. Research your target audience so you know who in the heck they are, and what they're all about, and where they are, and how can you access them, and what sort of language they're talking, what are their pain points, etc. Know that inside out. That's the first thing. Excuse me. And the second thing then is for you then to come up with a solution to what they need. The third part about marketing is how do you match the two, okay? That does take some effort. This is not a video about that. But if you have a problem with that, then you need to seek help. But in the first instance, find out whether you have a viable market. In other words, you have a target market who have a distinct need and they're prepared to pay for it. If that is the case, that's fine. One clue: if you go into a marketplace and there's no competition there, don't think, "Woo, I've struck a gold mine," because more than likely the people in that market aren't prepared to pay for anything, all right? Food for thought, okay? Next one, I'm scared of calling people, or I'm scared of phoning people. This is very, very common and a very widespread fear. And it's very much the fore. If you're in the sales area or in a business development area, then this fear of calling people is a big, big thing. And really, one of the issues is that in your head, maybe you're thinking, Peter, thank you for joining. Thank you very much. And Billy, thank you for joining too. I haven't forgotten you, Billy. I'm sending you something in about 15 minutes. One of the reasons why people are apprehensive about calling people is because in their mind they're thinking, Oh, I don't want to disturb them. Oh, I don't want to waste their time. Things like this, right? Now, if you are thinking like that, then I can tell you, you are going to disturb them and you are going to waste their time. Because what you need to do is decide what is it you want to do when you contact these people. In other words, what value can you give them? If you can't come up with real value for them, then don't make the darn call. But if you can, then think of how much your potential customer can benefit from the call you're about to make them. And this call then will be a mutually beneficial conversation. All right? That's a much easier way of going about it. Cielo, thank you. And BJ, good to see you. And Michael Cook, thank you very much, guys. Lovely to see you all. So if you're scared of calling people, think twice about what you're on about, okay? Think twice about it. Make sure you know that why you're going to call them is not to pitch them. You're going to call them to add value to them. If you call to add value to them, then that fear will dissipate. It'll go away. Next one, you may be scared that your strategy won't work. Well, guess what? Everything's trial and error, and it may not work. But that's all part of running a business online, so don't get hung up about it, okay? Another fear. Maybe you're scared of not getting things perfectly lined up before you start. This is the perfectionism business, right? This is a real factor, a truly real factor. Be careful with this. Bear in mind, people like to line all their ducks up, I know, because they want to make sure they're not perceived as being less than good. They don't want to come across as imperfect, okay? But at the same time, if you try to line up all your ducks before you go in and get things perfectly in line, there's a pretty darn good chance you're never going to get started at all. So really think carefully about this. Perfectionism sometimes is a bit of a disguise for procrastinating, for putting things off, okay? And I would suggest to you, stop being perfect. I'll get a news flash for you. No one's perfect, right? Take imperfect action and be done with it. Another one, you're scared of failing. This is a big, big issue, right? Probably the most common fear in business. The fear that you're going to be a flop. The fear that maybe no one's going to buy from you. The fear that what will people think of me if I fail? Especially my family, my loved ones, and people are telling me, get offline because you're wasting your time. If I fail, how am I going to handle this, right? Big fear, big, big fear. Let me share this with you. I'm not walking on water for you. I've got no magic solution. What you see is what you get with me, okay? But I can tell you now, the path to success online, okay, is littered with failures and mistakes. It goes with the territory. You must be prepared to accept that and roll on with it. Because if you aren't prepared to accept that, then do not start. Do not start. Paul, Harry, thanks for joining. Mukesh, I saw you before. Good stuff. All right. Next one. This is unusual, but I can tell you, happened to me. Scared of success. Sounds crazy, eh? Scared of success. But let me share this with you. We all somehow impose some upper limit on ourselves that we think we can't go any more than. Now, you may not realize this is me, but it also applies to me, and it happened to me not that long ago. I'm normally a pretty confident person. I love my business. I love my coaching. I really get passionate with my clients, okay? And business is doing well. But just recently, I was scared of success. This is what happened. I was asked, and I was given a fantastic opportunity to do a webinar by one of the very top marketers in the world. He actually, because I was part of his coaching program, and he offered me the opportunity to do a webinar with him. And I said no. Okay? Think about this. Here was an opportunity to open so many doors, and that was the issue, okay? There was a transition into a completely bigger audience than I've ever handled before. I wasn't scared of doing the webinar. I was scared instead of the outcome. And the outcome was this huge audience, okay? And I kept thinking to myself, oh no, I can't do it. And I kept coming up with reasons for it. But the real reason was the fact I was scared of success. I wasn't able mentally at that point in time to handle the fact that I could be playing to a huge audience. Okay, I was using all sorts of excuses, like maybe my internet system's not good enough, maybe this, maybe that, maybe not. But it was really me. It was really me, okay? Because I'd imposed this limit on myself. Is it still there? To be honest with you, it is. It is. Sure, it's not stopping me from developing my business, but I know I'm imposing, and I'm being brutally honest with you here, right? I'm imposing on myself an upper limit of my ability. Is that healthy? No, it's not. I have to work on it. But the only way for me to get this message across to you is to share with you a weakness of mine. And I hope you're getting the message. All right. The good news of all this is that if you can identify these darn fears, and I finally identified the fear of success, right? If you've identified all these fears, then that's the first step you've got to overtaking them. And to be quite frank, if the fears are like maybe marketing or doing a webinar or doing a Facebook Live for the first time or speaking on stage for the first time or making a telephone call to a prospect, if they're the fears, I can tell you that's probably not it. Underneath that are three basic fears that most of us face in business. One I just told you about, okay? The fear of the symptom of being a perfectionist. The symptom of being a perfectionist, right? The second one is the fear of failure, and the third one is the fear of success. They are the three linchpins that can scare the pants off you in your business if you're truly honest with yourself, all right? Mike, thank you for that. I hope you got some value. Carol Davies, lovely to see you. Scared of success rings true. It does, Carol. It does. And I was totally honest about that, okay? By the way, here's my call to action. You might find this helpful. I'd like to help you overcome some of your fears and build some confidence. Not fear of success. I haven't worked that out yet, but I've got over a few others, right? I've got a free video and it's called How to Get What You Really Want. Okay, if you're interested in that, okay, send me a personal message. Don't leave me a comment. Send me a personal message about the free video, How to Get What You Really Want. I think it could help you in building up your confidence and overcoming some of your fears and getting your business to roll a bit easier for you. Okay, so there you go. I hope you found it of great help today. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for letting me share with you my weaknesses in the hope that you can learn from them as well. So, thank you for sharing your time. Sanjay and Carol and everybody else, thank you very much indeed. And Michael, thank you very much indeed. If anything I can help you in any way, reach out to me, okay? Reach out to me. I'm more than happy to share and help. I think most of you know that now. Many blessings from Thailand. Talk to you again in the very near future. Bye for now.